Hello guys, join us as we negotiate the floods. Find the story of an old snake catcher and see some incredible wildlife. So the dire forecast turned out to be right. It was absolutely dreadful. The plan was to maybe go into Brockenhurst, get the train into Southampton and have a wander around and see what was going on there, as the weather was so bad.
Yeah, so I'm absolutely chucking it down this morning. But the plan is to go to Southampton on the train if we feel like it, because they go every 15 minutes from here. I've never been to Southampton, so I wouldn't mind having a look.
Right guys, so when we arrived yesterday, Sue said, let's park near the facilities block. Yours truly said, no, let's go over to the edge of the site. And it's times like this where I should have taken Sue's advice. Yuck. Back in the van, we changed our mind about the Southampton trip. Forecast was looking a bit better in the afternoon, so we thought we'd walk across the heathland into Brockenhurst.
Have fun.
What?
Have fun.
It shows how bad the weather is. It on?
Yeah.
It shows how bad the weather is because I've got to go and clean out our facilities.
Empty
our facilities.
Yeah.
And it calls for the big hat.
The big hat, the waterproof hat. It's really raining a lot today.
So off we went across the heathland into Brockenhurst, but it was near enough impassable. Everybody was getting stuck. There were floods all across the heathland, and the little rivers there were absolute torrents. These guys didn't seem to think it was a problem though. But whatever the weather, there is just so much beauty out there in nature. So when we eventually made it to Brockenhurst, we waited around for a while to see who was brave enough to get across the ford. So yesterday, guys, we walked across this road, and we said about this as a ford if it's in spate. Well, it's definitely in spate today. And this is the bridge we walked across here, and here is the road. Wow. Is anybody going to come through? Here comes the car.
Are we going to get splashed?
Hope not. Oh, he's going to stop. No, he's giving up. Just saw a van come through.
Yeah, mine my phone.
Hang on, wait for his car. Hang on, look.
That one's coming, the red one's coming, I think.
4x4 will be alright. Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
It's been framed, is it? Go on, go for it.
Yeah, that's right. Suitably entertained, we made our way back to the campsite where there was a food van. So as I walked back to the van, I couldn't believe my eyes. In the field right behind the van, there were 3 huge red deer stags. They must have jumped the fence to get into this field, either in the night or just before dawn. Following the rut, stags will start to group together to spend the winter. The stag in the middle and the stag on the right looked younger. The one in the middle had quite a small set of antlers. But the stag on the left near the fence was huge, 12 points to his antlers. He was most likely defending a big harem a couple of weeks ago. The big male looked exhausted. He laid down, and I wondered maybe if he'd got an injury in the rut. Dominant stags can go without food or sleep for days, sometimes weeks, trying to defend their harem. It's possible that this was his last rut. Just waiting at the station at Brockenhurst. Aren't we, Bob?
Yeah, we're going to Southampton.
The train's already late, apparently.
But we
We
weren't.
were, I just got here, so it's not a
We
problem.
weren't aiming for a specific train, were
No, so we'll wander off and see what we can find there. Hi everybody, probably won't be able to hear us, but we've been into Southampton city centre, which is mad, isn't it? It's completely manic. It was a nightmare in there.
If it's anything to do with this Black Friday.
Yeah, apparently Black Friday, we don't know, I don't know much about it.
We're just not used to town centres.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, we're looking for somewhere to eat, and we've decided in the end to come into a Wetherspoons pub. And if you're not from the UK, this place is very much, an acquired taste really, but
Well, you know what you're getting.
yeah, we've just ordered like a sandwich and a jacket potato, 2 drinks for 15 quid. If we'd have gone into another pub or you're looking at paying maybe double that. So you do know what you're getting, and they're quite interesting
We're
places
always
really.
rather busy because of the deals.
The prices, yeah, that's right.
Cheaper prices.
Anyway, so we'll bring you back. We're going to go down to the docks, I think, see if we can find any cruise liners. We finally found the old town, haven't we, Sis?
Yeah. The older part of Southampton. Very quiet around this bit compared to the other bit. There's a
Hello,
hen do.
guys. A hen do?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
I think so.
Mad people. Look at this, guys. So here we just... Oh, sun's just got in our eyes. You can see the cars coming off the ferry from the Isle of Wight. Here they are, look. This is the Isle of Wight ferry. Cool. So I don't know, I honestly always thought that the Pilgrim Fathers went from Plymouth, but according to this they actually left from Southampton. So here we are, just at the spot, near enough, with this little memorial where they left for the Americas. Amazing. So hello guys, so we're now going to wander into a place called Mayflower Park. Never been here before, have we, Suze? It's quite an experience actually, from the madness of the city centre, which wasn't very much fun to be honest,
They're a bit crowded.
to this place.
What are they doing? Paddleboarding or something. Oh, look at that.
And
Cruise ship.
just to, just to the left, that's where the ferry is to the Isle of Wight, and to the right we have this. It looks like a block of flats, but actually it's not. It's a cruise ship. Look at the size of it. Guys, so we've never been on a cruise liner, have we?
No.
Never been on a cruise ship in our life. But when we look at the size of these things, I don't know if this is a big one or a little one, but I'll tell you what,
It looks
Whoa.
fairly big.
it's pretty big. Look at the size of that.
We'll have to look up later where that one goes to, so we
Yeah.
can find out
What a
where it's off to.
incredible size. Look at it. Anyway, so we came down here. It's, really lovely. It's really beautiful around here, isn't it? It really is actually. And then we're going to wander back into town and see if we've got time to go into the. It's called the Sea City Museum, Titanic, which is where the Titanic set off for Belfast, I think. Then from Belfast across the Atlantic to its final destination. Well, we didn't make it to the museum. The trains were completely messed up, and we were really worried about getting back to Brockenhurst at all.
Calling at Brockenhurst, New Milton, Christchurch, Folkestone to Boscombe and Bournemouth, where the train separates. Please travel in the front 5 carriages of the train for Poole, Hamworthy, Constantine.
So we're on the train, at Southampton Central. We waited here for half an hour, and the driver's just said, or the guard has just said, there's no replacement guard, or no. So if they can't find a replacement guard, I don't know. We don't look like we're going anywhere. What a huge mess, isn't it, Susan?
Worrying.
Don't know how we're going to get back
Have
now.
a look at the bus time train.
Yeah, bus time's over the ears.
Or taxi, it costs quite a
Oh,
bit.
taxi, you guys. Hello, guys. So we finally got back. What time is it? About 3:30, 4:45. We haven't got too long because we want to try and get back in the light. But I wanted to show you. We want to have a quick visit to a little place. It's a little pub with a really interesting story. So we'll tell you about the story when we come out. So we've just been into the Railway Inn, which is now called the Snakecatcher Inn. And there's a really interesting story attached to it. And what it is, there's a guy called Harry Mills. And Harry was born in 1840. And by about 1870, he was earning his money by catching snakes. And he was selling his snakes to places like London Zoo and some of the other zoos that were growing up in the Victorian age. The snakes were used either as exhibits or potentially as food for some of the bigger snakes. And he became so adept at it, he was able to earn his living through being a snake catcher. And he was called Brusher Mills, and the reason he's called Brusher Mills, Harry Brusher Mills, was because in the cricket season he used to help brush the leaves. He was paid actually to brush the leaves from the cricket square, and he became a bit of a local celebrity. And he appeared in an article in one of the national countryside magazines in the Victorian age. This Victorian, national Victorian periodical made him quite famous, and people came from all over the country to have their photographs taken with Harry Brusher Mills. Now he lived in a hut in the forest. We think it's somewhere around here, about a mile north of Brockenhurst. We're not completely sure. No one is completely sure where his hut was. And there was a bylaw in those days where if you lived somewhere for 30 years, then the land became yours. So he was very close. In 1905, he'd been there for 29 years and 6 months. And he used to go into the Railway Inn every night. And one night, with 6 months to go to his 30 years up, he got back and somebody had burnt down his hut. And he was absolutely distraught. And obviously it was someone a landowner who wanted to stop him living on the land. And he was so distraught, he went back to the pub, and people said he was so distraught, he became quite ill. And after a couple of drinks, he left the pub, and they found him outside. He'd passed away. So a really sad story, but an amazing story. He was 65 when he died, and so we'll put some pictures up of the Snakecatcher Inn. It used to be called the Railway Inn, and also some pictures of Brusher. But what a story, eh? What a story. You can find Brusher's grave at St Nicholas Church in Brockenhurst. If you've enjoyed our video and you want to see more, please consider subscribing. It costs you absolutely nothing. Till next time, guys. See ya.